Hey guys, this is Mr. H. Hey, I wanted to do a few questions on linear regressions. And the main reason is they always have a linear regression question on the exams. For the last 10 exams, they've always had at least one linear regression question. So to me, it's an obvious 4 points if you know what you're doing. And so I want us to get all of these points. So I'm going to do 4 questions. I'm going to do each question in separate videos, so you can watch whichever ones you want. All right, first thing, says we have a table of data. They're always going to give you a table. You're going to enter all the X's and Y's here. Don't leave anything out. Put them in exactly. And honestly, this is where most students mess up. Sometimes they just miss the numbers up. So you got to make sure these numbers are right. So once you do that, we're going to use menu 461. We're going to come up with regression. We're going to use the R squared, and I'm going to show you how to find the correlation coefficient. So all that stuff is going to be right there for us. All right, so now I've already entered this data because I didn't want to waste the time entering that. But you notice I got the X and Y up here. I have all the data here. There are 9 data points, so I got them all in here. So now from here, once you enter the data from the spreadsheet, you go here. You're going to have 9 dots. I'm going to click, put the X down here. Going to click, put the Y here. And now I'm just going to do menu 461. Now, it doesn't matter. If it's not a straight line, it's not going to be a straight line because in the real world, there is no perfect linear function. So you're just going to go menu 461. And there is everything that you need. So we're going to round this. Let's go back and make sure we got this. We're supposed to round this to the nearest hundredths. And then we're going to round the correlation coefficient also to the nearest hundredths place. So that means 2 decimals. So if we go back here, we see that it is y equals a negative 2.81. So the first one is in the hundredths place. We look to the right. So we're just going to drop all of this. So it's going to be a negative 2.81. You got to multiply it by x. That's the slope. And then the y-intercept is going to be 97.55. There's a 4 to the right. So we're going to let that shit go over here as well. So that's what we need to do. So I'm going to go and I'm going to write this on my iPad. It's y equals going to be a negative 2.81x plus 97.55. All right, so if you look at what I wrote, I got negative 2.81x. It's always got to be an x. You can't leave that off. And then the y-intercept is 97.55. I rounded it to 2 decimal places, which is 100. We're good. So this is worth 2 points. Now, we got to do the correlation coefficient. Now, so this one's a little tricky. Let me go back. Okay, so we're going to use the R. Okay, correlation coefficient is R. This is R squared. So all we have to do is we're going to take the square root of this stuff on the right, and that's going to give us the correlation coefficient. So I'm going to write it R squared equals 0.94106. Whoops, let me go back. Yeah, I messed up a little bit. 0.605. Now you don't have to write all of those numbers. It doesn't matter. I would say write like 6 decimal places. You should be good. So now, once I do that, I'm just going to take the square root of that number, and that's going to give us R. So if I go to the, I'm going to go here, and I am going to type in the R squared that I have. So it was 0.941605. Now that's enough, right? I'm going to take the square root of that. I'm just going to do this. So I'm going to take control this, and I'm going to take this number right here, put it inside, and then I take the square root, press enter. So this is the correlation coefficient. So it's 0.97, and we're supposed to round it to the hundredths place. So our R, the correlation coefficient is R, is going to be 0.97. And that's it. Now, the last thing, the correlation coefficient in this case, because the slope is negative, that means our correlation is also going to be negative. So this is the R squared. We don't want the R squared. We want the R. So this would be the R. And what does that mean? This just means the closer it is to a dollar or a negative dollar, the stronger it is. So you would just say this is a strong negative correlation. And that would be it. That's all you have to write. It's a strong negative correlation. So this is worth 2 points. This is worth 1. If you round it, this is worth 1. We're done. That's what you need to do. All right, so I'm going to stop this and post it.